laboratory portion of that class. It's a class where you learn about classical and operant conditioning, and then they get to apply those principles in a lab. Whereas at some schools you might do that with rats or pigeons. We have a really unique partnership with Zoo Atlanta where the students get to come out to Zoo Atlanta once a week and work with one of the animals in the petting zoo, either a goat or a sheep. So these are psychology majors, but they don't really have any training and background. So at the beginning of the semester, they pick a sheep or a goat and pick a behavior, and then work all semester. They only get about an hour and a half with their animals. So sometimes what you're going to see is a little bit of a work in progress, but I think they've done a lot for the time that they've had.
Our goat was Toowoomba. He's a Nubian dwarf goat. It's almost 8 years old here at Zoo Atlanta. We'd originally intended to train him to jump with all four legs in the air through a hoop held at about 1.5 feet. And as all organisms progress with different speeds in training, we had a couple problems. He didn't seem to give much effort, and we didn't get him to run at full speed early on enough. But we started off by reinforcing approaching the hoop, then went on to reinforcing going through the hoop, and we only recently got him to start trotting with some speed towards the hoop. So we ended up just getting him to run when called through the hoop.
Hi, we're Caitlin and Philip. This semester we trained a 7-year-old male Nigerian dwarf goat named Wiley. The behavior we trained was Sprite discrimination, which we defined as the goat touching a Sprite bottle, only making contact with a Sprite bottle with his nose. For our shaping plan, we used positive reinforcement of the behaviors with a click and a treat, which was green. We started off reinforcing the behavior of him looking at the Sprite bottle and then approaching the Sprite bottle and then touching the Sprite bottle with his nose. And once the behavior of touching the Sprite bottle with his nose was about 80% accuracy, we added the verbal cue Sprite as he was approaching the Sprite bottle. Then we added in a second bottle and reinforced the behavior of only touching the Sprite bottle. Originally, we planned to add in more bottles progressively in the same fashion, up to 4 bottles, and have him only touch the Sprite bottle, but at this point in time, the behavior is only being elicited with 2 bottles. Wiley Sprite. Wiley Sprite. Okay.
Wiley, go. Wiley, go.
Wiley Sprite. Wiley Sprite. Wiley Sprite. Wiley. Wiley Sprite. Wiley Sprite. Wiley Sprite.
Wiley, go. Wiley, go.
Wiley Sprite. Wiley Sprite. Wiley Sprite.
Wiley, go.
Wiley. Wiley Sprite. Wiley Sprite.
working plan initially called for reinforcement of all movement in the direction of the ball and any contact with the ball. We later progressed to contact with his head alone, and we're hoping to shape only the movement of the ball in the direction of the goal. But that's not something that we've consistently been able to capture. So hopefully what you'll see today is on the cue of ball and the combination of the hand stimulus that Murray will approach the ball and nudge the ball with his
Murray. Ball. 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 Murray. Ball. Murray, count. Murray. Murray. Count. Murray. Ball. Ball. Goal.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Allison Williams. This is Amanda Riley, my partner. This is Willow. Willow is a 10-year-old Nubian goat. He's very energetic and fun, but he's actually one of the oldest at the zoo. We trained him this semester to weave between 3 poles, as you can see, and then ring a bell, which Amanda holds. So in order to do this, we used a method called back chaining, where we trained the last behavior first. So we started out by training Willow to ring the bell. He'll probably do it for you if you hold it out. And once we established that the behavior was performed consistently, we added the last pole. Then once he weaved the last pole and hit the bell consistently, we added the second to last pole, etc., until all of the spaced out. We keep him far apart to start with, just so that we make sure he doesn't mess up, and then we usually put them closer together toward the end. We've actually gotten him to leave all 3 poles when they're in a straight line. So hopefully, as you can see, Amanda moves with him. It's just to make it easier for him to do it correctly.
He's focused on the
Something
ball,
we
so
added.
hopefully he's following them too.
this year was Bella. And Bella is a young female Nubian goat. And the behavior that we reinforced was jumping over the hurdle. And we did this through clicker training and positive reinforcement. We started by reinforcing walking over the bar, and then we gradually raised the height each week. And now Bella can successfully go over the 16-inch hurdle 90%. Bella, jump. Good girl. Good girl. Bella. 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 Jump. Jump. Bella. Jump. Jump. Good girl.
Here is Edward. So, our task this semester was we decided to get him to jump through the hoop. So, we started with pretty low criteria with him just reinforcing approaching the hoop and walking through it while it was on the ground. So at first we were going to have a verbal cue of saying hoop, but then we changed it to actually running along with him because he was only walking, he wasn't running, so he couldn't build up enough speed to actually jump through it when it was lifted. So now his cue is basically Christine running along with him and holding her fist out towards him and saying Edward come.
Edward.
Hi everyone, I'm Reshna and that is Andy. We train Nessie, a Nubian or a 1-year-old Nubian baby goat, and the program says we're supposed to do basketball. That's a little difficult because it's ridiculous. So it ended up being harder than it was, but we actually switched to t-ball, and because she could consistently hit the ball off of this makeshift tee. At first we started just reinforcing behavior like touching the ball, approaching the ball, and she got really good at touching it. She would consistently touch it all the time, and then we were first holding it, and that kind of became variable because the falling threshold is different when you're holding the ball. So then we put the ball on blocks, and that kind of switched too because the blocks would widen and the ball would sink in, and it would be really difficult for her to knock it over. So finally we made this makeshift tee, and the ball will sit on the tee, and Nessie will consistently push it over almost 100% every time. We wanted to initially get her to push it over more and then eventually get into a basket, but time constraints kind of messed that up. But right now she can consistently hit the ball. Okay. Nessie, come. Nessie, come. Good girl.
Does he come?
Nessie, come.
Does he come? Does he go?
We work with Gerald this semester, and Gerald is an 8-year-old sheep, and this is actually his first time being trained ever, and first time a sheep has been trained ever by this class. So he's sheared today, I couldn't make it, but we hope we won't mess with his performance. But we trained him to jump through a hoop, And in order to get this behavior, we achieved it through the use of positive reinforcement training and also through shaping, of course. So to start off, we first reinforce the behavior of him touching or nudging the hoop, just acknowledging it so that he gets comfortable with the hoop being in his presence. And then we moved on to reinforcing the behavior of walking through the hoop by allowing him to target our hand through to the other side of the hoop. And then from there, it was difficult to get him to start running towards the hoop. So we did this by encouraging the behavior of running towards and jumping to the hoop by running alongside with him. And also, this allowed us to raise the hoop in small increments. And this eventually brought us to the active ecstasy of jumping through the hoop today. And hope he does it. He has done it, I swear.
Carol, come again. Carol, come again. Carol, come. Carol, come. Come.
Of course, we get to know the sheep.
And he knows this.
Come again.